start streaming. And then let me also change these names real quick. I apologize. This is not Dakota, but it is M this week. Okay. This is not Lily or anyone this week right now, but it will be if Lily comes back. This is Gabe. Wait, no, that's not Gabe at all. Interesting. Okay, I'll have to get that one in a second. This one's Lawrence for sure.
I actually need to back out to change my avatar. BRB.
Okay.
If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
No, yeah, man. Totally. Where is this top?
Did I save that file though?
Right. Window
there it is.
capture. Nope. Yep. So then bottom left is no one.
There we go.
Bam, bottom left just gone now. That's so easy with the way I set this up. I fucking love it. All right, and then that means this comes back. I name this Gabe, and we do it. Cool. Gabe. Sick. Cool. All right. Well, before the game begins, we must establish some facts about the community and what the surroundings are like. We're going to begin with a brief discussion of the general terrain and habitat, which I like. I liked us taking turns. Oh, yeah. So actually, first, before we do just start taking turns, we need a general idea of a terrain. What terrain are we interested in exploring?
Plateau.
Yeah, I was thinking mountains.
Flat mountain, aka
A plateau surrounded by flat mountains.
yes, flat. We're in the flat mountains.
Just a bunch of
the fountains.
A bunch of flat mountains. That's interesting. A shitload of plateaus all butted up against one another. Intriguing. Let me move these over. All right, so that's our general idea. Interesting. Now we'll start by each picking let's see. At this point, each of us should introduce one detail about the local terrain. When we introduce our detail, we sketch it onto the map. So, Lawrence, why don't you start us off? We just have a blank map. We know we're in some sort of plateauy mountains. Should you draw us a piece of terrain that can be like, you can start by like defining where some of these mountains are. You can define how sort of large our home plateau is. You can define really anything you want. This is just a piece of detail about the local terrain.
Oh, I see now. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
What's going on?
There it is.
Okay.
That's the home plateau.
Oh, hold on. Maybe I need to refresh too. Because you refreshed, and so I might need to refresh. No? I don't see any proof of your drawings on this map. Do you, Gabe?
No, I see a blank map.
Okay,
Oh,
now
wait, there's something.
See,
Look
is
at
it
that.
that purple?
You guys just see that one dot?
No.
No, I see a whole.
Oh, hold weird shape.
Okay, that's the home
Yeah.
plateau.
Nice.
Okay, so we're in all these interesting. Okay, so that's the home plateau. Sick. Gabe, why don't you give us a piece of terrain? We pretty much know that all this is mountainous.
Mountainous.
Mountainous?
Yep, flat mountains. Fountain.
Okay. How do I gotta remember the interface here? Freehand. Okay. I'm gonna make a
This is interesting. Where are we gonna take this?
making a waterfall. Do 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 waterfall.
Oh, I gotta read a little bit too for us, Lawrence, just so you have some understanding of where we're at in this game. For a long time, we've been devastated by war. As the smokestacks die down and the troops halt their conquests, we are left with a year of quiet, relative peace. One quiet year with which to build up our community and learn again how to work together, how to support one another, and prosper, before the ancient rumblings of whatever war disturbed rises up and lays waste to the land. We may survive, we may perish. This is when this game will end, but we don't know about that yet. What we know is right now, in this moment, there's an opportunity to build something. At the end of this game, the Frost Shepherds come and will basically, that'll be the end of where we're at. Most of the time, that means that our community is probably going to die off. If we have nothing in place to defend against that. We're playing a town called Boros. Across all of the plays of Domain, it will be the same town. And that is part of the mystery here. Maybe we discover a piece of that mystery, like why, you know, what we are in connection to that, because across like all of these spaces, every time this community comes together, they die off in some form or fashion.
Hmm.
So that's like sort of the piece of the mystery, at least with that. And I will add a piece in as well once I get my screen back to the way I want it to be. No, god damn it. Click that. Click this. I want to switch this around. There we go. Okay, cool. So you've added a waterfall that goes down our plateau. I see this.
Yep. Goes right off the edge.
I like this.
What do you think? What kind of scale are we working with here?
I think I'm gonna do a good portion of building that scale right here with how I draw what I'm doing. So we'll see what this tells you. I'm gonna try to use the same purple. I think this is the same purple.
In this world, people are an inch tall.
It is not the same purple,
Yeah, but
nor
how
is
big
that
is an
even
inch in this world?
close to the fucking. We're gonna do a different look on this map. I think it'll be interesting for us. Polygon line. That's what I want. Oh yeah, you have to complete the polygon. I see. Your
Yeah, be
problem.
careful with that one.
It is a little weird.
It made my brain hurt.
Yeah. Can I just do that? Will that complete my polygon? Maybe. We're gonna go sideways on our map. So it's tall. We're looking at sort of a different slope of map here. So let's see. We have that one. I want to draw a couple more. We have not objects. This is a lot harder of a map to fucking work with. There's another one that's a little taller than ours behind it. Which I guess we wouldn't really be able to see from this fucking angle. Never mind. Ignore that. Undo. Damn, I can't just undo.
Don't draw us disadvantages, Em. Come on.
Well, I'm trying to like make this make sense for me.
I
How'd
mean,
you
we live on
undo?
top of a plateau. I think we've got plenty of disadvantages already that have been drawn for us.
There we go. Now I can do
Exactly.
that.
We don't need bonus disadvantages. Like a town that can live on a top or a higher plateau.
Okay, so there's a
Yeah,
plateau
that's where the
over
shepherds come
there.
from.
There's huge. Okay. Here's the thing. There's huge drop-offs in between these plateaus, right? I like what you've done over here with the weird shaped plateau, so I'm gonna copy that. There is another plateau over, let's say here.
What if I what if before you draw anything, what if I take this plateau that's been drawn and move it sort of further down the map so we have some room?
Well, I mean, well, what do you mean have room?
All right. I mean, if you're gonna draw like it sounded
Oh,
like you were
I
gonna
can
draw
move.
things
I can move mine.
above.
Oh, no,
I
no, no, no,
can't
no.
move
We're
your
good. We're
drawing,
good.
Gabe.
On that.
I can move everything.
Oh, oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
powerful.
All right. So
Yeah, I've got GM powers.
there's
Hmm.
another plateau or here
Oh.
that we haven't obviously been able to get to, but we can see on it that there is a forest on the other side that I'm working on drawing now. We see an abundance of trees that grow up here on this other plateau. But we
Can we
can't
have
really get to
those?
that.
I'm gonna put those vertical lines back later because I want that front face of the plateau.
Oh. Well, I don't know. Don't put him back now.
I'm not gonna put
Hello.
them back yet. I'm gonna put them on back on my turn.
Oh, well, yeah, turns are gonna start to go a little different, but now we're gonna catch Lily up with what we've done, and then it'll be easy. Um, yeah, we can see all those trees. That's the trees. Let me fix up my cameras really quick. Hello, Lily. Welcome back.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Welcome
Just gotta
in.
fix my camera too.
Close that. Gabe's up there. Oh, cool. Lily took that other spot perfectly. Oh, wait. We'll see once the camera comes on, because I don't think that will be the case. You're gonna
Yeah,
move
it'll
up
move
to where
things around
Lawrence is.
unless to screw things up.
Lawrence. Gabe. Oh.
Lord loves nothing more than hanging up as soon as I turn on my fucking camera.
Yeah.
If it thinks I'm that hideous, then it could just like say so. It doesn't have to crash the whole app.
Would
It's
you
real.
would you honestly prefer a message sent, like, just a pop-up that says, like, I'm not liking what I'm seeing right now from your computer? I think I would hate that.
If I'm assuming that's the reasoning anyway, then that's way easier than having to wait for Discord to come back up and everyone thinking that
It's
I just
true.
hung up on them weirdly. Like,
It's true. All right. So you know how to play. You know the bit. We're Boros again. This time the area that we're inhabiting is mountain. We are in mountainous, sort of plateauy region. We are. Oh, Lawrence, you drew our first one. Where is our settlement at on this first plateau? So far, we have one plateau over here. On the northern plateau on this one is our where our settlement is. There's a
um,
source of water off the southern side of it. A little waterfall cutting into the drop
and an
offs.
instant death off the southern side too, I
Yeah,
can
so like
see.
really off of every side is super. That's our
that's
settlement.
ours right there. Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do.
Yellow, great choice. Really pops on the way.
Now she's full in. Cool. So that's our settlement. We can see this other plateau that has these trees growing on it, but we haven't, we don't really have a way to get over there. But we can see it. And actually now it would be up to you to add something to our map. This is that first round where we're like drawing things on our map.
Okay, do we currently have any ways down from this plateau?
No.
How did we get up?
Uh,
We were born here.
we were born here. Our ancestors came up here.
Descended.
I guess so. We've been safe for a while. Those wars
Our
ended a while
ancestors
ago.
used to be able to jump really, really high.
Helicopters, but not anymore.
Um,
I want to say that we are in an area where we've got. I'm going to make it blue for thematic purposes. Sorry, still using my kitten voice. I was just feeding. We have to bottle feed the baby kittens we just got.
Mm.
Adorable.
Yeah, it's
That is
pretty
the voice
cute.
that you use talking to a kitten.
Yeah. We've got a big old river, massive raging rapids running by past them plateaus.
Down like way on the ground, or is it a sky river?
Yeah. No. Down on the ground that we can kind of see from there.
And then above that river is, of course, the Sky River.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
way the
figured we'd
fuck
add that
down
later.
there. That's interesting. We can yeah, because obviously we can see
Like
way
it's
down
so
there. Yeah.
it's such a massive body of water we can easily make it out. Like it is a part of the landscape.
I love that. I love that. That's an interesting addition. All right, so then, Lawrence, what we're gonna do is each go around and add one thing that is important to our community.
Oh, okay, great.
It could be food, water, faith, uh, any of these things, just something that's important to our community. Not that we have a lot of it or don't have it, but that it's important to our community.
Rope.
Rope is important
Rope
to our
is sacred.
community. I can agree with this. I think that makes a lot of sense. Domains. So for
Do we have
now,
lots of rope or no rope?
well, we don't say that
We'll
yet. We're gonna
decide
go
that after
through.
after
Yeah,
we
we'll
pick
pick
them
as
all.
a group one
Oh,
abundance, and
yeah.
the rest are scarcities. So we got
That
rope.
works out because one of my first thoughts was like a pulley system for getting the water up from the river.
Yeah, we're gonna need a lot going on. I mean, we have this little waterfall, but okay. So rope. Lily, what's one important thing to our community?
Um, I'm gonna say like
Shit.
shit, um that idea was a dead end. I'm gonna say that there are special natural gas reserves in this mountain, which is one of the reasons that we're able to breathe this high up on the plateau.
Oh, okay. I like
We're
that.
very high up.
I like that.
Yeah, that's extremely high up.
There's like cracks
We're gonna
that
need a lot of
natural
rope.
gas comes through. I like that. Sweet, sweet. Gabe,
Hot air balloons.
do you want to draw some of those cracks up here for us to see, Lily? Because I feel like that one could be represented. Rope is like an item, but I feel like the cracks gives us something to
For
visualize.
sure.
I've got one if you're still thinking, Gabe.
Yeah, if you've got one, go
Uh,
for it.
for me, I think it's building reserves. I think the stone of this mountain that we live on is very, I don't know if fragile is the right word. We're gonna go
Cuttable.
with, I mean, not cuttable. It's very hard, and when we do cut
Uh-oh.
it, it comes off like obsidian in like sheets, and like
Ooh.
chips off. So it's not. It's very difficult for us to like build with it. We only have what we've had forever, really, with building stuff, and that's just like reused wood that is not that great. So I think, yeah, like building materials is important to us. Love it. Gassy cracks. You having trouble breathing? Head on over to the gassy cracks.
Gas Crack Mountain.
Okay. Then I think mine's going to be
Food, man.
um
I forgot about food.
I think mine's going to be like I guess it's food, but specifically the thing to eat up on top of this mountain are this species of lizard.
Okay.
Um
Okay.
they're like Gila monsters. So they're like pretty big lizards, you know, fatty, good for eating, but um you know, we're up on a mountain, so I don't know that there's an infinite number of these lizards.
Okay. So with rope, lizards,
Rope lizards. Yeah.
Rope lizards,
gas,
gas.
natural gas, and building materials, what do we think is in abundance? It's either got to be lizards or gas.
Ropes.
Gas? I don't think it's rope. I think we're
Rope.
pretty out of luck on rope.
Ropes we can climb to somewhere where we're not
Oh,
running out
no,
of gas and
guys.
lizards. And
We're 500 feet up and we only have 480 feet of rope.
Everyone dies. The 20
everyone
foot
hang
drop.
off of each
The
other at
fourth-
the bottom.
the
We'll
fourth
form our
person will
own
be
rope as a
fine.
society.
The fourth person will be okay.
We
Only minor
know.
injuries.
I guess the natural gas makes sense. I'm gonna say the lizards, in scarcity, but only because we need them for food, and that we would need a lot of them for food. Descriptions of this would be natural breathing gas. Nope, just natural gas. All right. Breathable.
What do you breathe? Oh, I breathe breathing gas.
Cool. Well, that's where we start. That I mean, the map will begin, develop easily out from this. There could be more things on the map already that we just don't have. But for now, we have these two plateaus and this river and this waterfall, and natural gassy cracks. So how this play will go is that we'll roll a D13, and like I said, just go through the weeks week by week on spring. So just so that I could keep it in my head for my screen, I'm gonna go in order on my screen. So Lily, why don't you roll us a D13?
And do. That's a 2. No, that's a 13.
That's a 13.
It took it a minute to roll. I read my old one.
All right, King of Spring.
Okay, let me pull that back up. Actually, winter and or not winter, spring and reference card. There we go. King of Spring. A young boy starts digging in the ground and discovers something unexpected. What is it? Or an old man confesses to past crimes and atrocities. What has he done? I'm gonna go with the one on the left. Young boy starts digging in the ground, discovers
you
something
doing?
unexpected. Well, turns out the old man had covered the entire surface of this mountain in dynamite.
Everyone's dead.
Not yet. We can use this against
On
the
to domains 3.
winter shepherds.
We now have an abundance of dynamite.
Wait, did you pick young
So-
boy as digging?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's unclear at the moment whether this is the result of the caverns formed by the natural gas and its erosion, or by local wildlife, or if this was a cave just formed from the mountain. But while digging, nope, that's the wrong color. While digging over here, can I get a filled in one?
Hanging out,
please?
getting high on the natural
Yeah.
gas supply.
I'm breathing so good.
The small child
Hey, is that a
fell
unicorn?
only like only a little distance, but over here. Like 10, 15 feet, he's fine. Like maybe sprained his ankle. Kids are resilient. Into a cave system that we haven't started to map out yet, but there's some kind of tunnel that seems to lead further into the mountain to some extent.
Yeah.
It could just be a dead end, but
Well, hope that's helpful.
well, wasn't helpful for the poor kid. His mother was worried sick.
Yeah, but Yeah, it's fine. He's fine. I'm making project
Thanks for the
clocks.
whole Tommy.
No problem.
All right. So at the end of your turn, what do you want to do? Discover something new, host a discussion, or start a project?
I am gonna start a project. So there's a local group that is concerned with the scarcity of our lizard population.
Sure. Everyone, yeah.
That group.
Less because they're tasty, more because they're cute.
Oh.
People who think of them as tasty weren't smart enough to think of this, but the people who thought of them as cute were like, wait a minute, what if we like created some kind of facility where we could preserve and breed them and actually like maintain and help the population? Very original new idea for this world. So
I like this.
they gonna
And
build
we'll call
a
it
lizard hatchery.
domestication. No, I don't like that. Lizardification. We'll call it lizardification.
Absolute
So we
scalification.
need a little
Scalification.
hatchery. That's pretty cool. I like
I
this.
think since we're low on building materials, so they're going to want to try to use things scarcely and reuse things that we already have access to. I think that it's going to take probably like a full 6 weeks.
Yeah. Chunky project to get. I mean, there's a lot we have to learn.
We're
It's
not
not just,
making a zoo, a whole zoo for lizards.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Love that. I'm working on that project clock right now. Lawrence, roll a D13. Roll a D13 again. Just don't roll a 13. It always ends up looking like a penis. Oh well, 3. All right, 3 of spring.
All right. Someone new arrives who, or two of the community's younger members gets into the fight. What provoked them? I think that the young Tommy, who originally found the cave system, he was exploring in the cave system with one of his buddies, and in the cave they found some old rope, and they both wanted some of it, and they couldn't agree on how much each other got, and so they fought over it.
How much old rope did they find?
I don't know, like
450
100 feet.
Wow, that's a lot of rope. We can finally get down. Okay, they found a reserve of old rope and they got into a fight over it. Are they both injured, or was it just like
Yeah, Tommy's dead.
Oh, hot shit. Okay, Tommy, who discovered the cave system and died,
Damn,
is
we've
what
only
I'll
named
put
one
in
character, Larry.
names. We didn't even name the dude who killed him.
That one's dead.
No, that's good. I mean, honestly, we definitely do not need to name a ton of characters. And
I'll keep killing him.
Is dead. Yeah, because I guess Lawrence is the Grim Reaper. All right. So they got into a fight, but they discovered
What was
some
the other
rope.
kid's name?
Angus.
All right, Angus, who killed Tommy.
Last name Tommy Killer. You know, it's back in the early days where it actually meant something.
You just are named what you do.
He already did have that name, though. That's the problem. Tommy should
Yeah,
have
and
never
Tommy
gone
still
down in
went-
that cave with him.
And
Still went down to the cave.
Tommy
with
just
him.
trusted him. Like,
Glorious. All right. That's a good one. All right. We know there's supplies down in those caves, even with losing
We
Tommy.
know there's rope down in there. At least there was some rope.
Yeah. All right. So end of your turn. Do you want to discover something new, start a project, or host a discussion? And Lily's clock also ticks down. I'll do that now.
Yeah, I think after Tommy is murdered in the caves, we have to go and look some more in the caves. So I think we need to discover something else within the cave system. Maybe we discover a caved-in portion of the cave.
Does it look like it leads to an important thing? Because I feel like a lot of this might
Uh,
be caved in, right?
it is got it's got some light behind it.
Okay, some light peeking through. Interesting. We discovered it down there. I guess probably when the adults were down there checking out the scene of the crime.
The corpse of Tommy.
I like that. Okay, you discovered something new. A cave-in area that we might want to investigate. Gabe, roll a d13. We've
Oh,
got
there's a
3 and
circle still.
13. One pin. Where'd it go? Okay.
Rolled a 4.
Sick. 4.
What important and basic tools does the community lack? Or where are you storing food? Why is this a risky place to store things? Um, okay. Um, we have there's kind of a problem with the food. Um, there's uh there's one there's one bear that lives on top of this mountain.
That
Uh,
sucks. How'd he get up here?
it's a great question.
Same
How'd
way
we
we
get up here?
did
Um,
Sky Bear.
Borned up here.
Guy Bear. Uh, he's a big bear and he keeps getting into our food. So we have put all the food in a basket.
Fucking knew it.
And we've just sort of hung it off the edge of the plateau.
Fucking knew it. I knew that was coming.
Everything that's not a lizard is in that basket.
That even a bunch of dried lizard.
Yeah, so let me draw. Here's a line down and then a, a basket.
Sick. All right. And then start a project, discover something new, or host a discussion.
I'm gonna host a discussion.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start with a question, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Our town currently is host to a child murderer. What do we do about it?
Uh, a group of adults, small group of adults. I mean, I feel like our community is not huge, right?
To be perfectly clear, it's a child murderer.
Yeah.
A child murderer.
Yeah, a group of adults headed by the parent of Angus comes forward and says that the boys were just roughhousing around in the caves. The murder wasn't intentional. I don't believe that anything need be done beyond the beyond nothing, I guess. That's interesting. Yeah,
Is that
they're
your
boys. They
statement?
were roughing around. I don't know that anything necessarily needs to be done.
He choked him with the rope.
That's it.
Is that your statement?
That's mine.
We execute in the ceremonial style with rope off the cliff.
There's definitely a group, arms crossed off to the side, that is just casually smoking, and
Bunch of teens.
yep. And one of them goes, if we just let one child murderer live, then isn't everybody gonna become like child murderers? And then there won't be any children left. So I I think we've got to kill the kid.
are, are you a child? Just double checking.
All
Yeah,
right,
but I haven't killed anyone.
close our discussion
Yeah,
out.
It's a good
Okay.
discussion.
Okay.
Um,
End of discussion.
Tommy's parents come forward and demand restitution from Angus's parents. They want uh
Let's hear that statement.
they want we want Angus's family's share of the lizard zoo.
All right. All right. Sick. I'm gonna roll my D13. Good discussion. We got some tension rising in our community.
I like that we haven't figured out how to perpetuate food sources yet, but we do know stocks.
And we want their stock in the zoo.
We want their lizards.
I got
want
a
their lizard stock.
5. There's a disquieting legend about this place. What is it? Alarming weather patterns destroy something. How and what?
Not the food.
Oh no,
Um,
not the precariously placed food.
um, alarming weather patterns. I like destroying something, but I don't know if I want it to be the food because we don't have a ton of that. Not that it's really, I guess. I mean, it makes the most sense. It's so precarious.
I don't
It
even know if
blows
we'll
our
make it to the
waterfall
frost
right
shepherd.
off the cliff.
Actually, there's an
Oh no, it's
earthquake.
emptied
Yeah,
our
that's kind of
waterfall.
where I was going, Lily. I like that a whole lot. There's an earthquake, and it cuts our section. It cuts the waterfall clean from our section. It is incredibly dangerous to get over there now, and I will represent that on the map.
Yeah, that's great thinking. You were like, I don't want to get rid of food, the problem that we're solving in 3 turns. Let's get rid of water. We
Yeah,
don't
we
need that shit.
We had that on lock, and now we do not.
Hell yeah. This is like playing Sim City.
Yeah, that
Oh wow, this is going so well. Drop a meteor on it.
this section is now just like Death City, right? It's just a sheer drop off down. This water over here is still standing, but
Oh, interesting.
what are you gonna do? I'm actually gonna try to erase these lines here. It won't let me. Okay, well, yep. The waterfall is still freestanding. We're just missing that chunk in the middle. And we don't, yeah, that's a long space, I think, for our community to attempt to cross, but maybe we'll get to it one day. A
If we had
group
more fucking rope.
of community members wants to come together to clear out that road or that cave in the tunnel system. They feel like there is I mean, looking around, there isn't much more of another like that seems to be the way down from here. Like everything else spreads out a little bit into some minor rooms. There was mostly some crushed boxes with a little bit of leftover rope. It seems like if there was any food stores, the animals got to it. But the way forward and continuing down seems to be through this cave in. So this group of community members is starting a project in order to clear that cave in. I really only think that's going to take them a week. Like, you know, putting their mind to it. They're a bunch of, I imagine, physically strong folk that could easily clear this cave in. That's my pile of rocks, and it's going to take 1 week. Lily's also ticks down to 3 right before that, which I'll take care of now. All right, that's the end of my turn. While I'm getting this together, Lawrence, you want to roll a D13?
Yes. 8.
All right, 8. Spring.
An old piece of machinery is discovered. Broken, but perhaps repairable. What is it? Slash, what would it be used for? Or an old piece of machinery is discovered, cursed and dangerous. How does the community destroy it? I think that I would like a new piece of machinery, and it is a
Can't be new.
grappling hook
Shut the fuck up.
gun.
It's a repel.
Shut the fuck up. It was also in the
Helicopter,
crushed
motherfucker.
boxes next to the rope.
We didn't understand because there wasn't any rope on it. We just thought it was a harpoon gun that didn't work. Actually, it's even better, but it's broken. We need to repair it.
Fucking A, man. This man is so funny.
And then my project that I'm gonna start is repairing the grappling hook. I think that's gonna take at least 3 weeks. 1 week to
It takes
figure
3
out
weeks
what
for
it
someone to
is.
learn how to tie
I
knots.
Yeah.
fucking
1
bet
week
it
to
will.
train people how to shoot it. 1 week on
Uh,
figuring out how to get it back after you shoot it.
my project comes to an end. I'm working on clearing that rubble, but basically what we discover is that there are many paths that cut off right after this, deeper and down into the mountains. I'll say that my discovery of that mostly led to, yeah, I mean this. I'm gonna say like this like splitting of paths down into the mountains.
And why was it bright?
Oh, why was it bright? Okay, so right off of that now, there is this one big room, and in this big room, there's all these perfectly carved circular holes that cut in from the outside of the mountain to provide natural light. It seems like whoever had lived down here before, in this chamber, there are plenty of like stone, what look like stone beds. It looks like a community sleeping quarter for something, but we don't fully know. Because they're all just like these stone slabs, basically. Our thought immediately is community quarters, but like sleeping quarters, but there's no real proof of that. And I'll draw all these holes. That's where the light was coming from, but we haven't really just, explored the rest of the paths yet. And Lily's clock goes down to 2. Oh shoot, I had Lawrence go. That was supposed to... Wasn't it Lily's turn? It was Lily's turn. It's Lily's turn now.
Sure, apparently is. Okay.
My bad.
No, you're good. 11. Have we done Jack? No.
We have not done
Okay.
Jack.
You see a good or bad omen. What is it?
Yep.
I think that the day anyone starts really exploring these tunnels, that rumors started, but it's getting more common. It's getting more whispered about in more common places than just to trusted friends. That many of the people who have been down there have their own stories of seeing shadowy figures off in the distance, just seemingly almost in the dark, but clearly there's something there before it fades away, in all different tunnels that haven't been explored yet.
Cave
And
sickness.
it's definitely at a point where the stories are all lining up a bit too much to overlook anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's a good omen.
Sure.
All right, your clock ticks down to 1 and Lawrence's clicks down to 2, which you've already done. That's good. All right, project, discussion, or discovery.
My first thought was, in exploring this cliff over here, we discovered that there was a ladder the whole time.
You got
There's stairs over here, dude. um, I think that hmm, I think we've got some tinkerers among the town. You know, every town has one or two of those people who just like find all the things they can and just bang them together until they discover
Those
gunpowder or some shit.
people.
Yeah, you know, Gandalf. So I think that in experimenting with our unique natural gas, that we have discovered how to properly, or how to some extent, uh use it to load like a pipe to pressurize something. Essentially, if you condense the air, this natural gas, it's kind of like cattails, where as soon as you actually disturb them, they expand. So if you were to get some of this natural gas into like a tube that's sealed at one end and then shove something in the other end, it would shoot back out.
Okay.
So we've basically discovered a new use for this gas. It is
Okay, I see. Okay, yeah.
Shooting gas.
rapidly expands on being condensed. So it is very dangerous to be punched super hard in the lungs while you have a full breath because you'd explode.
All right, that's good to know. Don't die.
Don't get
How many
lung
people
punched while
died
getting
finding
high on
this
the
out?
gas.
Too many.
Probably mostly, like, I'd imagine a lot of kids exploded because they're running around hitting each other all the
Yeah,
time.
so this is how Angus died. Angus died because
I didn't kill him. He just
And
popped.
Angus is dead too.
and he was punched by
Tommy's brother
Bimble.
Blaine. Bimble. Nope.
Blame Bimble.
Cool,
Tommy
that's a good
Bimble.
Brother of Tommy Bimble.
discovery. We took these down already, so now it's Gabe's turn. Roll a D. There's a bunch of numbers you can't get, so we might just reduce the D. D7.
I'm gonna roll a D12 because I know that 12 is the highest number we haven't gotten.
Roll D7.
That's hard.
Just RD/7. Yeah.
There's a 6.
Well, I don't.
That's wrong though.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah, okay.
That would
We
be the
haven't done 6 yet.
10 of spring. Oh, sure, you can do 6. That's fine. I know it doesn't matter.
Oh, I mean, I can do the 10 also. Either or.
Pick one. Say it out loud. 10 or 6.
All right, D6. Are there children in your community? If there are, what is their role in the community? Or that feels like
Murders.
low hanging fruit. Yeah, all the
They're
children are
the
murderers.
community murderers.
They're all delinquents. Or How old are the eldest members of the community? What special needs do they have? I'm gonna go with that one.
They need to be
And
killed by kids.
I think the oldest member of this community is 48.
Ooh, so we have a young community. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think this community is very old. And I think it was like deposited here as an experiment before the times of trouble,
Mhm.
whatever those were. Um and so I mean, we're up on a mountain, so we didn't have much involvement in that. Uh However, we're stuck here now. And we've just sort of grown with it. And so our oldest community member is 48. What was the question? What special needs do they have? Um our oldest community members, there are I think four of them. The four leaders of the original expedition, they did not adapt to the alpine climate and need special gas masks using the natural gas. They need like a concentration of that to survive out here given their advanced years.
Okay, okay. I like that. Okay, they need gas masks. Lily, your hatchery is finished. Where is it at on our map? And yeah, where do we
I
build it?
think because I like my first instinct was cave system, but I've been going at the cave system a bunch. So
We
what
also
I
didn't
want to
have the
do,
like access to that when you started building the hatchery. So,
yeah, the I think on this plane we kind of have built and represented by I'm just gonna make a house around the existing lizard.
good. That's where it is. It's on the on the edge up there.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's just kind of it basically kind of mostly takes up that what's that called? Florida's one of them.
Peninsula.
Peninsula.
It's yeah, yeah.
Shitty.
That mini peninsula there
Florida's a
is
shitty.
A,
pretty much
a bad
all
place to live.
lizard
Florida's one
farm.
of them.
Poorly
Also
covered
Texas.
area.
Texas is also a shitty.
This corner is equivalent to those two places apparently. We should move our lizards from there. Okay, cool.
Unfortunately,
Lizard
that's the only
house.
place they can survive.
So, I mean, with that building of the lizard house, do we lose a scarcity of food? Is that like flowing faster food now? I guess of
I think
lizards.
so for sure. I think that
We've
basically
optimized our lizard breeding.
what I'd say is it's
And now
not
we
going
don't
to
have
have
to
a
fight
huge
them.
effect on us immediately, but especially given how fast lizards can incubate,
Mhm.
like our food sources can start doubling every like 2 weeks. So
Yeah, and
it's an rapidly expanding.
I've just finished researching the grappling hook, so now we can
No,
go
no,
get
no. Those were
water.
on separate turns. You were
Oh,
advancing it ahead of me a little bit, or I think you were trying to keep up with me.
I
Uh,
thought I thought I had 3 turns. Whatever, Lily had 3 turns. That's my bad.
no, I hadn't. Yeah, I hadn't decreased Lily's yet at that point.
Mm. Next turn then.
Next turn, then indeed. But first, Gabe, do you want to discover something new, start a project, or host a discussion?
Hmm.
I put water onto a scarcity because now we're separated from that, which we should figure out soon.
Okay. Um, we're gonna discover something new.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at some point during the cave exploration, I gotta switch my tools here. Ba-doop doop. Okay. At some point during the cave exploration, the walls of one particular tunnel got very slick. And the first explorer down that tunnel slipped and fell and continued falling uh forever ish
Like a
until
slide?
the yes, like a slide, that you fall down for like 4,000 feet or whatever, and the next explorer heard like a very small splash and nothing more.
Okay.
So we can assume that this tunnel here
Does a loop-de-loop on that dude. That's where you die in the slide for sure every time.
It's like that roller coaster tycoon it's too tight of a loop. It's
That's
murder.
fucking terrible. All right. Well, some dude
um,
escaped.
but it does. Nah, he did not.
We don't know that.
But I guess I don't.
We for sure lost at least 3 people so far.
But it does lead to water
Sweet.
down there.
Okay.
go.
So we just got to figure out how to survive the drop. All right. That's
Football
interesting.
helmets.
Breathe.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll a D 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Easy peasy. Roll D6. 3, 1, 2, 3. The 7 of spring.
Sprevin.
Sprevin of sing. Where does everyone sleep? Who is unhappy with this arrangement and why? What natural predators roam this area? Are you safe? Well, we've talked about the bears, but we
The one
haven't.
bear.
We've talked about the
Not
bear.
the bears, the bear.
We all sleep hanging off the sides of the cliffs in bags, like the food.
And everyone is unhappy with this arrangement.
So we've
We've got no wood.
dealt
the
with the
problem.
bear, but with the lizard population changing, what has begun to come out and up from the northern edge of our cliff are lizards that fly. And they come up in large groups. And we've found that it's actually pretty dangerous to be outside. It's almost like a swarm of lizards, and they've come over our little settlement like twice since the building of the lizard hatchery. And we have to go indoors. And even still, I think that's not the safest thing.
What's dangerous about these lizards? Do they are they heavy?
have
Do they smack
wings.
into people? Do they bite?
They
Like,
bite.
what's-
They bite and eat. They're like locusts, but with their lizards. And there's less of them in a swarm, but not for us. There's a lot of lizards coming up.
There's still too many.
So that seems to be a problem. And yes, I think we lost a chunk of our community to that. And because of that natural predator situation having
Do we have a
revealed itself,
scarcity of people?
we are
200 have died.
losing
the
a lot of our
lizards.
community, and whom remains decides to start a project to attempt to move what they can of the lizard hatchery down into these tunnels, along with like the community into the safety of the tunnels, because the lizards don't go in the tunnels. We noticed during one of these things, some of the people were able to hide down in the tunnels. So that's going to take us, I think, the 6 weeks to get our community re-situated into the tunnels. Just gonna draw a little arrow. Okay. Lawrence, your grappling hook clock ticks down. We have a grappling hook. Does that immediately mean anything? I mean, you can't they can't do anything with
We
it,
can
but
reach the water now.
that's good to know. Good to know.
That's the most
How many
immediate
people do
example
we
that I can come
lose
up with.
in the attempt to
Testing phase.
Yeah. Do we
Uh,
have a scarcity of
I don't know that we've
civilians
done
now?
the testing phase. We just finished the grappling hook. We
yeah,
know
it
it
works
works.
now.
With the compressed gas, especially, we can fire it further.
I think that's the move.
All right. getting the order back on track as it should have been. Lily, you're up. Roll a d5 or a d6, and we just figure it out.
4.
A 4, did you roll the d5?
Yeah.
10 of spring.
There's another community somewhere on the map. Where are they? What sets them apart from you? Or what belief or practice helps to unify the community?
What sets them apart from you is all this space.
The distance between us.
About a mile and a half of freestanding fucking cliff.
Freestanding air.
Okay, so I think that we have. There we go. A settlement has begun creeping out of the trees.
Nice. We can see him over there.
Just the
Hey!
walls start to creep out,
Looky
but
over there.
this is not a
Creeping.
settlement like ours. It is not just some people stranded on a plateau putting up wooden walls. These are like steel walls that are manufactured,
No.
and it seems that they have come from some civilization and are just expanding outwards
Sucks.
from whatever's
some
on
wood
the
over.
other side of that plateau.
Uh-oh.
We can't really make out where they exactly came from, but it seems that they have more technology than we do
Seemingly.
to some degree.
Yeah, our
Seemingly.
technology is a grappling hook.
Or they just found some walls and just keep like they're like, dude, portable walls, bring that one.
And a basket with our food in it.
Sick.
Technology.
Discover something new, host a discussion, or start a project.
Host a discussion.
Okay.
A town hall meeting is called. A lot of people go up and voice different concerns, of course, because we've never seen another civilization like this before. And one man takes the middle of the stage. And he steps up. I'm Flint. I'm Flint Purples, and I think we need to run. I think we need to run so far away. Whatever those things are, I don't think they're people.
The things in the
We're
tunnels?
the only people I've. No, the things in the tunnels are fine. Those are a good omen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember
No,
we
no,
like
no.
that.
Whatever's across the way, those walls were not made by human hands. We've been up here for at least like 8 weeks, and I ain't seen no metal like that. So I'm telling you, those are aliens or they're demons. And either way, we got to get our asses off this plateau before they eat us.
Hi, Ted Tenderson from the Ted Tenderson Report. Counterpoint, we're on the plateau, which is the safest place from the other plateau. It's actually, I think it's probably the furthest distance possible. End of statement.
I mean, the group of folks already working to start moving stuff down have say like, well, I mean, yeah, like jump on board, guys. We're already moving stuff down. Just throw a hand in, and we can get things done faster if everyone works together.
Heinrich Smythe, the oldest member of the community, um, comes forward with his gas mask.
And he says,
And- Yeah, no, he sounds he's like he says back back in the olden days, there were things called robots that made things without human hands.
Fuck.
Who made the robots?
Cool, cool, cool. Robots.
You pipe down, young.
Humans and aliens.
Aliens
I'm
made the robots.
telling you.
Yes.
Sick.
You pipe down, you uneducated lizard.
All right, that was pretty sweet. Robots. Good job, Smythe. Lawrence. Roll a dice. D4.
Yeah. 3.
9 of spring.
A charismatic young girl convinces Minnie to help her with an elaborate scheme. What is it? Who joins her endeavors? Start a project to reflect. A charismatic young girl tries to tempt Minnie into a sinful or dangerous activity. Why does she do this? How does the community respond? I think that this young lady, loves the she loves the idea of the bear, and is afraid of the idea of the robots, and so she wants to get help from the community, to domesticate the bear.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she wants to bring the bear into the community to help defend us from the robots.
I love this.
Hey, we
Sinful.
got this empty lizard zoo we can train him in.
How long is that going to take?
30 weeks.
Well, it's a bear, so but
6
we do
weeks?
have its food source, so I'm gonna say we should get a bonus for that. So 29 weeks.
You can
69
domesticate a
weeks?
bear in a couple days, right? Like,
1 week? Yeah, 1 week.
You really think 1 week? All right, 1
No.
week. I can't write. 29 is too much. 1 feels like not enough.
5.
5 weeks. I like 5 weeks. 5
Yeah.
weeks feels
Yeah.
good. Better than moving the
we've
entire
spent a lot of
community.
time on this plateau with this bear.
The bear
okay,
knows us,
like
yeah.
we have a kind of a vibe going on. We can build off.
Yeah, the bear eats the lizards. We hide the rest of our food off the side of the mountain. The bear doesn't touch that food.
Well, eventually we're going to bring the basket up. All right, so the end of your turn, discussion, discovery, or project?
Bear project.
Another bear project? Because, like, that was part of your card.
Yeah.
Bear,
You can
Bear
start another
saddles.
bear
bear
project.
saddle project. Yeah, bear saddle project.
Will that also take the 5 weeks? Because you'll have to finish domesticating the bear?
Yeah, because we have to, we can start like the basic leather working stuff like that, but we need the bear to be more comfortable with it to take measurements and stuff like that.
Okay, so bear saddles. Bear saddle project. Okay, perfect. We got to be able to ride the bear with the saddle. We know of somehow it's passed down in our history about saddle rash. So,
And you don't want a bear with saddle rash. That's dangerous.
Gabe. You are up with the D3, or you can still roll a D4 and we can just. Oh, he's just off in a winter wonderland.
Christopher Walken in the Winter Wonderland.
What's this? What's this? It's mushrooms.
Sick, yeah. I imagine that we're gonna get through spring and then we should probably stop because I don't want to stop in the middle of summer.
Yeah. Fair.
Easier to.
Oh, that's how this works.
Yeah, so after we go through all 13 of the spring cards, we start with summer, and like as we develop out the seasons, they move a little bit faster and get a little bit more aggressive. Some cards will like take some other cards out. Like one of the cards takes like 2 cards out of summer. So if you draw that one early, you miss a few weeks of summer, and like that's kind of how they go. And
There's
I think
also like less, like a lot of the options in spring are like a good or neutral thing, and later on it's like die or die more.
yeah, it
Well,
gets.
we've already done a lot of that.
We've
We're
been
gonna run
pretty
out of
intense.
people.
And also at any point during winter, if you draw the king of winter, it's just over. Like the game just ends. So like right as winter starts, that could be the end of the game. But yes. Gabe?
Is it a D2?
D3.
E3. All right.
I love this place, but our people don't.
4 people.
Wrong
Other
slash.
backslash.
See, I tried the other backslash and it said unrecognized. 3.
Queen.
Yes.
What is
Yeah.
the most beautiful thing in this area, or what is
The
the
bear.
most hideous thing in this area?
Also the bear.
It's quite pragmatic.
It's beautiful and terrible to look upon. This bear.
Gaping maw.
I'm gonna say that the most beautiful thing in this area is the view. The view off of this plateau, just looking down at the rest of whatever's out here, is
The river.
unbelievable. And it has inspired a small community of amateur artists.
Sick. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, so we
the
might
view is
maybe we have an
gorgeous.
abundance of landscape paintings.
Nice. Just what we
Sick.
need.
What project discussion or other thing? Discovery.
Is this 5-week project the taming of the bear?
And the saddle, yeah. Now it's
The
4.
saddle for the bear?
That was
Bear saddle?
Lawrence's project was
Turtle.
more than just taming the bear, but also having a saddle for the bear.
Yeah, my card gave me a project, and I decided let's double it up, double it for the next person.
Double pass on.
Do you want one bear and one
Um,
saddle? Or do you want to double it into the next person?
Okay. I'm going to make a let's call it a 2-week project. We're going to, because the community is trying to move underground, we're going to try and dig in the tunnels um until we like penetrate the gas cracks so that we can have this gas in the tunnels too.
I mean, it isn't it art. It's coming up.
It's coming from the cracks. Tunnels
It's
are the
coming from
cracks.
Are the tunnels the cracks, or are the tunnels separate from the cracks?
I mean, if the cracks are my thought behind that is if the cracks are making their way all the way to the top of this mountain, that they would probably be present in the tunnels as well. But that also doesn't need to be the case. That's just where my thought was at. That it just was a safe place for that off the bat. But we can also start a project to make sure that it is a safe place off the bat.
Okay.
Because I
Do
guess we
we
haven't
have
really
water?
researched that. No, we
Yeah,
are
no,
very
we-
lacking water.
So you can grappling hook over.
So yes, we're lacking like a steady supply of water. We can send one person to get it, but like a survivor bucket toss of water over the fucking gap.
Over and over and over.
Okay. Then I'm gonna make a 2-week project to create special shoes. Shoes
fashion.
with, yeah, for fashion, but also for utility. They
Oh.
have spikes on them, so that you can climb down the super slippery tunnel to get to the water without falling and dying.
Mm. Okay. Interesting. I like this. Spike shoes.
Also, the landscape painters are very, very much against becoming tunnel people.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Not that their opinion matters a ton because they're not really contributing.
Those are spike
Yeah,
shoes.
as many murders have happened in this town, I'm surprised they're willing to be that open with that statement.
Our project clocks had already ticked down before that. I took care. Wait, no, I didn't. Yes, I did, because it will be the first week of summer in which we are in the tunnels. So 2 weeks left. Yes, perfect. All right. So my turn. It's a D2. Flip a coin here. I'm just gonna do a D4. Odds, evens. Odds is 1, so that would be ace of spring. Somehow though it got all messed up, but we went out of order all over the place, so it's not a problem. Ace of spring. What group has the highest status in the community? What must people do to gain inclusion in this group? Are there distinct family units in the community? If so, what family structures are common?
Not the
Landscape
artist, that's for sure.
painters.
What group has the highest status in the community, and what must people do to gain inclusion into this group?
Develop a
Um,
portfolio.
The children.
Oh man.
Everyone is afraid of the children.
The children are murderers. I'd be afraid of them.
There's plenty of children I'm afraid of in Tokyo Revengers.
What group has the highest status in the community? What must people do to gain inclusion in this group? The highest status in the community are the basket guardians. They guard the food day and night. And to gain inclusion into this group, you must commit yourself fully. There are 10 of them. We haven't lost a single one in any of these problems. They defend themselves rather well. But you have to devote yourself to the basket. It's almost some people joke about it like it's a cult, but you just have to devote yourself to the basket and maintaining the food supply. And that takes you out
Take
of
a vow
doing
of
anything
celibacy.
else.
You
So
must
that's
love the
it's a
basket as
it's
if
a
it were your own.
pretty intense community centered around the basket. Only 10 of them, but they're looking. They were looking at Tommy, and now they're mad at Angus. So that's that. The clocks tick down. 1 week on spiky shoes, 2 weeks on the whole I'll fix those later since they're not happening now. Discussion, discovery, project. We've got a lot of projects going.
Sure do.
It's safer that way.
It'll be another discovery while down here, moving a set of, I don't know, just something from the village. Maybe it's a box of food or a group of linens or whatnot. But someone ends up down this other tunnel, and they find a section that's been carved out that has this dirt. It is not rocky like the rest has been. It has dirt in it, and there are signs that at some point this was used as like a tillable field. Underground, the holes exist here in the walls as well, allowing in sunlight. That is a discovery made. They went down the wrong tunnel on accident, I guess. Sick. And that is my turn. I'm working on all these project clocks, but none are finished now. So Lily, the last one is the 2 of spring.
There's a large body of water on the map. Already put one out. Where is it? What does it look like? Are there there's
The
giant
second
man-made
river.
structure on the map. Where is it? Why is it abandoned?
Hmm.
Could be more water.
Who needs more water?
So despite the panic that we had
And
in the
continue to
first
have.
weeks of a settlement popping up across the way, something has been strange about it lately. And as much as it does look like they had technology and even like not necessarily robots we can see, but there's definitely like a crane arm that's automated over there helping them to that was helping them to assemble stuff, but it's all come to a stop, and it seems like it even the walls are bleeding black,
Uh-oh.
Terrifying.
but nothing has been moving, and we haven't seen anyone come out of it since it first started being built. And
Hey guys, I'm more scared now.
That
I
sucks.
thought it would be less scared, but now I'm more scared.
Okay. Black blood on the walls. Cool, cool,
The
cool.
walls will ooze green
That's
slime.
pretty abandoned over there. I like that. Gabe, the spike shoes are finished up. What happens? I guess we just have the ability to use them now, but
No, I mean the spike shoes happen, and because we have the spike shoes, a select group of folks, I think I would say,
kids.
because the food is sort of being moved into the tunnels, I think 2 basket guardians and then a group of kids um form an expedition to get some water. And they do come back with water. Uh but they also come back with a like a phosphorescent worm that they found. It glows blue. It's about 6 inches long, and we don't know much else about it. It's not dead when they bring it back. It's just kind of doing
Gross.
its own thing. It seems like it like feeds on the rock, maybe very slowly. We don't know. They found it attached to the rock in the tunnel. Maybe it's what made the tunnel so slick. Hard to say.
Maybe it's what made the holes in
Um,
the tunnel.
Yeah, but we do have access to water now because the shoes work.
Cool.
It just takes, like a couple days.
A trek. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like a 2-day hike one way to get to the water. And you have to be physically fit because of the loop to loop.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it is a climb.
That's interesting. Sweet.
you
Okay.
got to
do
get
they
that
bring-
sonic speed to really make it, but you have to stop afterwards.
So as spring draws to a
Oh
close,
yeah,
we
no,
find
if you get
ourselves.
a head of steam going, then maybe you can do that loop to loop, but I don't recommend it.
So as
The very first guy tried that and it didn't work.
Man,
we
another guy
don't know
died.
that. He just never came back. Maybe he just couldn't climb the mountain to tell us he's totally fine,
How do we
and
get
it
the
was
shoes
great
back?
fun.
Nah, we found him. We came back with his shoes.
Yeah, we couldn't find him, but his shoes were there. It's weird.
Oh wait. Well, yeah, we found him, but he wasn't in the water.
So as spring draws to a close, we find ourselves facing a slight amount of water and food diversity. I guess food not so much now. Nervous
Foodiversity?
about things literally all around us.
Mhm.
Interesting. Okay, cool. So the next time that Dante can't play, we could just come in and crush out, and we don't have to do the setup stuff. So I feel like we could crush out like
Oh yeah,
the seasons. Sweet.
I know how to play now.
Yeah, exactly. Also, like once we know, it's just easier to flow into
It's
it.
a really cool little game, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I think it's so interesting.
I dig
Yeah,
it.
just like running these
I like the map
communities.
centric.
Yeah, I do too. I
You
like
just keep
looking at
killing
this map.
everybody.
We've lost a large
that's
portion
one
of
way
our
to go.
community. We definitely
It's a
lost
good
a
thing
large
that we don't
portion
have
of
to
our
track how
community.
many citizens we have. Because
still
we
have more.
have much fewer of them than we did.
Kill
That's
count.
okay. We got
It
more.
could be interesting to kind of like how we had the name of the town in one corner. It could be interesting to keep like a population counter and try to kind of estimate it with each week. Like, does this feel like a community that's we
Hey, how
lost
many we
half?
lose this
Let's
week,
make sure this
guys?
is represented.
All right, sweet. I'm gonna do some resetting on my end before we come back with Dakota in a few minutes. But yes, I'm gonna dip on out of here. So yeah, thanks for joining us on this one, and I'm excited to do the next 3 seasons.